What's up, dudes? It's Quam. I'm doing a quick video here on a set of sights for the Walther PPQ 9mm. There's a bunch of talk out there about night sight options for this thing. People are saying that the 18801 Mepro lights are a perfect fit for a good factory point of impact. I found that was incorrect. The MEPs look good, and they're a very good sight picture, but the first set I got were hitting about 6-7 inches high at 15 yards, which is unacceptable for me. Amazon was real good about the return. They sent me out a new set and free shipping label to return those. I threw that new set on, still hitting about 4 inches high. You know, the tritium's good and everything like that. The sight picture's good. The sights are nice and solid, robust, but they were not hitting the proper point of impact. This is the Mepro light front sight, I found on the Dawson Precision website. First of all, they have a front sight height differential formula, simple math. I went out to the range, shot a few, took some measurements at different ranges, and came up with the same front sight height differential at both ranges. And I needed a sight that was 0.05 inches taller. Looked on Dawson Precision sight, and they had various different sizes of front sight, and they had one that was pretty much exactly what I needed. And that's what this guy is here. So this is the Dawson front sight. It has a tritium insert in it. See if I can get this to focus here. Alright. There we go. This is the Dawson. I have not shot it yet. I've just installed this. It looks good. It's a little bit thinner in width than the MEP. The MEP is a little bit wider side to side, so it fills the gap a little bit better. You get a little bit more precise sight picture than you do with this Dawson Precision. And the Dawson is square in profile, whereas the MEP is kind of angular a little bit. So this might be a little bit better for carry than the Dawson, reholstering and all that, but I don't know. I don't think I'll have much problems with it. Okay. I just checked it out in the dark, and I think the tritium is actually better in the Dawson Precision, which, like I said, runs the Trigicon inserts. It even says Trigicon on top here. So the tritium is better in the Dawson Precision sight than in the Mepro light. It's brighter. The rod seems to be bigger. Like I said, it's not quite as precise of a sight picture because the front sight is slightly more narrow. So the Mepro light had problems with this thing. When I installed it, it had some play fore and aft, you know, this way, and also had some slight toe wiggle. And I had to use a shit ton of Loctite and even the lock washer underneath, and I had to do some stoning in order to get the thing to be tight and stay put. No such problem with the Dawson. It fits in there snugly and does not have any wiggle. I did use a little bit of Loctite to bed it in there, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. Dawson sends you an installation tool along with it, a little aluminum nut driver, to help you get the little screw, the little bolt off the bottom of the sight, and to reinstall the new one. It's just like a Glock front sight. So far, I have not shot it. I've not tested it out, but I think that judging from, I did take my micrometer and took a measurement, and it is precisely exactly as tall as the website says that this one is going to be. 200 thousandths of an inch. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I think it's a good purchase. Dawson was an awesome company to work with. When the website said out of stock, I called the dude up. He said it would take him about 3 weeks to build me a custom one if I ordered it that day. I went ahead and got on the website again and ordered that bitch up, and that was 1 week ago today. I ordered it 1 week ago, and I have received it already. Even though he said it would take 3 weeks to build, he made it for me much quicker than that. Dawson Precision so far is an awesome company to do business with. Alright, so I just took this bitch out back and shot her. Sent 6 rounds. You can see this was at 5 yards. I don't know if you can see them. There you go. That's 5 yards. Pretty good. Point of impact, point of aim. This was at 15 yards. I kind of shanked that little guy right there. So at 15 yards, shoots a little bit high. This is basically pumpkin on a fence post. If I had shot this black dot pumpkin on a fence post, they would have gone in. This is front dot covering the target, which is what I prefer. You get a little bit flatter trajectory that way. So this is tremendously better than it was before. Before, at 5 yards, it'd be hitting here, you know, and at 15 yards, it'd be hitting up here. So this is much better. I'm happy. I've carried the thing for a week now, and what I've noticed is something that I didn't think about before, is that profile being so there we go, that profile being so square, this trailing edge of the right here, that trailing edge right there was so sharp because it was very square that every time I drew the gun out of the holster, it would shave a little bit of the kydex. You know, I carry it in a super tuck, and it would shave a little bit of the kydex off, and you get little shavings up here, which would fuck with your sight picture a little bit, because now instead of having a flat top on the front sight, you got this like lumps and shit like that of kydex that are getting shaved off every time you draw it. So what I did is I chamfered that edge with a stone, chamfered these edges too, and then, you know, just blued it, cold blue, and it seems to be much better, not getting any kydex plastic shavings there. So if you are in the market for a set of night sights for PPQ, I would recommend foregoing the Meprolites and going straight to the Dawson Precision. I'm not sure what size rear, the height the rear sight would have to be in order to match up with, because they have a whole variety of different size front sights. So if their rear sight, the Dawson rear sight, is a different size than the factory, or a different size than the Meprolite, then I would have no idea what size front sight to go with in order to make that match the same POI. Of course, you can at that point customize your POI. But good company so far.